Okay, in 1793, John Cooper, along with James Hamilton, bought Cannon Point plantation. Grew cotton, citrus, grapes, olive trees, palms that came from Persia. This was Georgia's experimental station where they tried new items. They sent stuff to John Cooper to try out here and see if it would grow. A lot of it did. John Cooper was 6 feet tall, had red hair and blue eyes, and liked to joke. He was from Scotland. John Cooper came to the United States when he was 16 years old. John Cooper moved to Florida during the Revolutionary War. 10 years later, he went to Sunbury and lived there in Liberty County. He became prosperous and the justice of Liberty County. John Cooper married Rebecca Maxwell. Cooper got an interest in agriculture and moved to St. Simon's Island. Rebecca Cooper, John Cooper's wife, chose this point for their home, Cannon's Point. Cannon's Point is named after Daniel Cannon, a colonist. Came over during Oglethorpe's day at the Frederica town. Cannon's Point lies between the Hampton River and Jones Creek. The home was room and cover. You could tell it's a really big home, but just by the ruins. John Cooper was a leading agriculturist of the world. James Hamilton traveled the world and sent John Cooper cottonseed and different things to try here at Cannons Point Plantation. John Cooper was the first to plant sugarcane in this area. President Thomas Jefferson wanted him to experiment with things and sent him 200 olive trees to try here, and it yielded lots of olive oil. John Cooper served in the Georgia legislature. 1898, representing from Glenn County to the Constitution Convention to draw up the Georgia Constitution. He served in a position at Christ Church, a very important position, first vestryman. He was president of the Union Agriculture Society, part of the St. Simon's Hunt Club, a lifelong member, the first president of the St. Andrew's Society of Darien. He gave the land for the first St. Simon's Lighthouse in the old St. Simon's, where the St. Simon's Fort was during the colonial days. Everybody came from all around just to see the stuff he grew at Cannons Point, the produce and the different plants and all kinds of things he grew out here. He played bagpipes out here for entertainment, or had them played. The kids were educated right here in this home, probably by a governess. 1815, Miss Ann Cooper, their daughter, married Captain John Fraser. Cooper household grew, and many kids were grown up here, and Frasers lived here when they returned back from London. Frasers lived at Cannon Point and had 9 kids here. Second home for 8 kids of James Hamilton. Cooper, Sea Island cotton was the main crop here, very profitable. 1804, a devastating storm came through and destroyed their cotton crop. In 1824, another hurricane came in and flooded the area, and many buildings and stuff were swept away because we're right here by the Hampton River. Cooper's wife died in 1845, and he lived with his oldest son at Hooperton Plantation, which is Altima Plantation in Glenn County today off Highway 99. John Cooper died in 1845, and he's 91 years old and was buried in Christ Church. You can see his grave today. During the Civil War, this was evacuated. It was deserted. Nobody lived here because they were getting away from the Union. After the Civil War, Cannons Point was rented to various tenants, but no successful crops. Cannons Point home that you see here, the ruins burned at the turn of the century. And all that remains is what you see. John Cooper wrote his grandson, Hamilton Cooper, who was born March 9th, 1759. John Cooper had olive trees that produced 200 to 300 bottles of olive oil off just a few trees. People came from all over to see his garden. Saint Foy and Cupidon went to Cannons Point to cook food for them. They had like kettles over a fireplace to cook because they really didn't have stoves or anything about it. It was like a brick fireplace, and they just put kettles in it and stuff in there to bake. The kitchen placed in front of a tin in the kitchen we placed in front of the fire with whole pieces of meat, baked cakes, etc. So they basically cooked everything together. Boilers were used to make cakes, long-handled toast and waffles with irons. So the waffles were made with irons over the fire that were beside the fireplace. Wednesday is beef day, so they had beef on Wednesdays. His favorite saying is, "We are Christians, we have no thoughts of tomorrow." Music played by Johnny Cooper of Fiddlers, and played bagpipes here for entertainment for his guests.